नमो नारायणाय. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Yes, respected friends, welcome. Salutations to you all with all hearty greetings, gratitudes. At present, whatever the knowledge, ignorance we have, or whatever the ability, capacity to gain the knowledge we have, still every day we are coming, sitting here to gain the knowledge through the study of these heavy, high, sublime, divine Shastras like Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayana, with full faith that the Guru, the Lord, will bless us and open up our intellects for the higher understandings. A very good sign, and surely this is how the understanding or the knowledge subtle happens in all seekers, and we all know only in the understanding subtler gained only our true evolution begins. So, how much ever we are able to understand, even a bit of it, yet the efforts to gain this knowledge of study of Shastras should never be given up. It is one's own commitment. We are not here obliging anyone or coming under any external influences or compulsions. It is self accepted, convinced endeavor. In the same way, today's day, whatever the higher, greater sadhanas too, we are able to do or not, still our efforts that some of the sadhanas, even if they are of japa upasana, little of manan chintana, we are doing again with full faith in the divine that he will bless our inner equipments slowly to be qualified to be able to do higher sadhanas. Isn't it? This is again a very good sign. Maybe in this way, steadily, even though slowly, through gaining knowledge, doing sadhana, keep on evolving. Thank God that much wisdom we have, that the other part of the day we are conducting our duties well and we are not lost in anything and nor losing sight of our spiritual goal. Deep prayers inside that Bhagavan Rama, Sri Vaashishtha, and all the Gurus bless these equipments to be qualified enough for this Adhyatmika Pragati. In this life, with the limitations, whatever we have with the equipments, whatever we are given, may we make maximum use of them in trying to do the best of our sadhana of study of Shastra and any other sadhanas. Clear? Now, today we will be studying the 40th Sarga of Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramaynam, Tritiya Utpatthi Prakaranam. Now the Yuddha Varnana almost over. Leela and Saraswati will enter into the palace of that Raja, Viduratha, through a small hole somewhere. This is what Vasishtha ji is telling Rama. Rama asks question, how did they enter? As an answer to it, Vasishtha ji tells about what exactly our identity, the Atman, the Chittakasha, the Bhutakasha, Bhutakasha Kruta Panchamahabhuta, Panchamahabhutas Panchikarana, Panchikarana Kruta Stula Panchamahabhutas, Stula Panchamahabhuta Kruta the Stula Deha. All of them are in our own ignorance and wrong desires or wants. If all of them are transcended, one transcends the Bhuta Akasha or Panchamahabhuta Kruta Stula Sharira Sthiti. Leela and Saraswati are in that Ativahika Deha Sthiti. That is why they could enter. By saying this, what it means is create in yourself that Sankalpa thought desire to rise above the Stula Deha Tadatmya, reach to the Ativahika Deha, thereafter Shuddha Chidakasha Deha. What will happen when the Stula Deha Tadatmya transcended? All the troubles, problems, struggles, limitations, miseries, bondages that are there at this Stula Sharira level, we transcend. See, this is the difference between solving problems through spirituality in spirituality and solving problems in the samsara. In samsara, solution to problem is to obtain artha kama, in which indirectly aham dehosmi is strengthened only. When the aham dehosmi is strong, the artha kama, asakti and avashyakata, they are maintained, isn't it? This is what in samsara we do, put our efforts for solutions for problems. In Vedanta, न रहेगा बास न बजेगी बास. We transcend the sthula deha tadatmya only once for all. Then all these arthakama adi are never required and forget about earning them or struggling for them. It's not as easy as said done. It's only to begin with an information regarding the possibility. Once one accepts this and really wants, then all the yoga, Vedanta, sadhana prakriyas are there. When they are continuously, relentlessly practiced, one really goes beyond stula deha tadatmya, transcending all stula deha problems. Spirituality means beyond the stula sukshma karana into the adhisthana. Getting it? See, we are slowly having that patience in us, giving ourselves a chance to listen. That's why even the presence of this knowledge, at least, we are able to listen and we are able to slowly understand. That's the greatest blessings we give to ourselves. Continue. Om. 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhya. Om Yairime Guruve Purvam Padavakya Pramanadaha Vyakyataha Sarva Vedantaha Satchastraha Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham. Om Shri Rama Rama Ramete Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha. श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणादि शास्त्राणाम् आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योगवासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास सन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्नसमूल निर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मुक्त्यर्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ते स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभाति अवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाधारमपास्तमायमभयम् विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयम् वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आवेश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने समर समनंतर समस्मृति अनुभव वर्णनम नाम चत्वारिंशः सर्गः। Spend 10 minutes like every time in the chanting of this entire sarga, having around 60 mantras, etc. This also is an abhyasa. If you have a book, chant along with me. If not, trying to listen itself is a ekagrata abhyasa. While doing so, maintaining the bhakti shraddha is maintaining, creating Bhakti Shraddha Abhyas. That itself is sadhana. Okay. Om Shri Vasishtha Uvacha Evam Nishacharaachara Chiraghore Ranangane Aham Nivajanachare Sthite Sthite Yama Narehite हस्तहार्यतमः पिण्ड स्फुटकुड्ये निशागृहे लाभोच्चदोच्चलचते भूतसङ्घे प्रवल्गति निःशब्दे ध्वान्तसञ्चारे निद्रारुद्धकगुप्गणे लीलावत्पतिरुदारात्मा किञ्चित् खिन्नमना इव प्रातः कार्यं विचार्याशु मन्त्रिभिर्मन्त्रकोविदैः दीर्घचन्द्रसमाकारे शयने हिमशीतले चन्द्रोदरनिभे चारु गृहे शिशिरकोटरे निद्रां मुहूर्तमगमत् मुदिते क्षणपुष्करः अथ ते ललने व्योम तत्परित्यज्य तद्गृहं रन्ध्रैर्विविशतुर्वात लेखेऽब्धकुमुलं यथा श्रीराम उवाच कियन्मात्रमिदं स्थूलं शरीरं वाग्विदाम्बर रन्ध्रेण तन्तुतनुना कथमाश्वाविशत् प्रभो श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच आदिभौतिकदेहोऽहम् इति यस्य मतिभ्रमः तस्यासावणुरन्ध्रेण गन्तुं शक्नोति नानघ रोदितोऽहम् अनेनेति न मां यत्रेति यस्य धीः अनुभूतानुभवति भवतीत्यनुभूयते येनानुभूतं पूर्वार्धं गच्छामीति सतत्क्रियः कथं भवति पश्चार्धं गमनोन्मुखचेतसः न हि वार्यूर्ध्वमायाति नाधो गच्छति पावकः या यथैव प्रवृत्ताचित् सा तथैव प्रतिष्ठिता छायायाम् उपविष्टस्य कुतस्तापानुभूतयः यस्य संवेदनेऽन्योऽर्थः केनचिन्नानुभूयते यथा संवित् तथा चित्तं स तथावस्थितिं गता परमेण प्रयत्नेन नीयते अन्यदशां पुनः सर्वैकप्रत्ययो रज्ज्वाम् असर्पप्रत्यये बलात् निवर्ततेऽन्यथा त्वेष तिष्ठत्येव यथा स्थितः यथा संवित् तथा चित्तं यथा चित्तं तथेहितं बालं प्रत्यपि संसिद्धम् एतत् को नानुभूतवान् यः पुनः स्वप्नसङ्कल्प पुरुषः प्रतिमाकृतिः आकाशमात्रकाकारः स कथं केन रोध्यते चित्तमात्रं शरीरं तु सर्वस्यैव हि सर्वतः विद्यते वेदनाच्चैतत् क्वचिद् एतीव हृद्गतात् यथाभिमतमेवास्य भवत्यस्तमयोदयम् आदिसर्गे स्वभावोत्थं पश्चाद्वैतैक्यकारणम् चित्ताकाशं चिदाकाशम् आकाशं च तृतीयकं विद्येतत्त्रयमेकं त्वम् अविनाभावनावशात् एतत् चित्तशरीरत्वं विद्धि सर्वगतोदयं यथा संवेदनेच्छत्वात् यथा संवेदनोदयं वसति त्रसरेण्वन्तर ध्रियते गगनोदरे लीयतेऽङ्कुरकोशेषु रसि भवति पल्लवे उल्लसत्यम्बुविसिते प्रणृत्यति शिलोदरे प्रवर्षत्यम्बुदो भूत्वा शिलीभूयावतिष्ठते यथेच्छमम्बरे याति जठरेऽपि च भूभृताम् अनन्तराकाशवपुर् धत्तेतरमणा परमाणुताम् भवत्यद्रिर्धराधारो बद्धपीठो नवः शिराः देहस्यान्तर्बहिरपि दधध्वनतनूरुहं भवत्याकाशमाधत्ते कोटिः पद्मजन सद्मनाम् अनन्याः स्वात्मनोऽम्भोधिर् आवर्तरचना इव अनुद्विग्नप्रबोधोऽसौ सर्गादौ चित्तदेहकः आकाशात्मा महान् भूत्वा वेत्ति प्रकृततां ततः असत्यमेव वारित्वम् असत्यमेव वारित्वं बुद्ध्योदेतीव तत्तथा वन्ध्यापुत्रोऽयमस्तीति यथा स्वप्ने भ्रमो नरः। श्रीराम उवाच किं चित्तमेतद्भवति किं वा भवति नो कथमेव न सद्रूपं नान्यद्भवति वीक्षणात्। श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच प्रत्येकमेव यच्चित्तं तदेवं रूपशक्तिकं पृथक् प्रत्येकमुदितः प्रतिचित्तं जगद्भ्रमः क्षणकल्पजगत्सङ्घाः समुद्यन्ति गलन्ति च निष्कात् कस्यचित् कल्पात् कस्यचिच्चक्रमं शृणु मरणादिमयी मूर्च्छा प्रत्येकेनानुभूयते एषा तां विद्धि सुमते प्रलययामिनीं तदन्ते तनुते सर्गं सर्व एव पृथक् पृथक् सहजस्वप्नसङ्कल्पान् सम्भ्रमाचलनृत्यवत् महाप्रलयरात्र्यन्ते चिरादात्ममनोवपुः यथेदं तनुते तद्वत् प्रत्येकं मृत्यनन्तरं। श्रीराम उवाच मृतेरनन्तरं सर्गो यथा स्मृत्यानुभूयते चिरात् तथानुभवति नातो विश्वमकारणम्। श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच महति प्रलये राम सर्वे हरिहरादयः विदेहमुक्ततां यान्ति स्मृतेक इव सम्भवः अस्मदादिः प्रबुद्धात्मा किलावश्यं विमुच्यते कथं भवन्तु नो मुक्ता विदेहाः पद्मजादयः अन्ये त्वमिव ये जीवाः तेषां मरणजन्मसु स्मृतिः कारणतामेति मोक्षाभाववशादिह जीवो हि मृतिमूर्च्छान्ते यदन्तः प्रोन्मिषन्निव अनुन्मिषित एवास्ते तत्प्रधानमुदाहृतं तद्व्योमप्रकृतिः प्रोक्ता तदव्यक्तं जडाजडं संस्मृतेरस्मृतश्चैव क्रम एष भवोदये बोधोन्मुखत्वे हि महत् तत्प्रबुद्धं यथा भवेत् तदा तन्मात्रदिक्काल क्रियाभूताद्युदेति खात् तदेवोच्छूनम् आबुद्धं भवतीन्द्रियपञ्चकं तदेव बुध्यते देहः स एषोऽस्यातिवाहिकः चिरकालप्रत्ययतः कलनापरिपीवरः आदिभौतिकताबोधम् आधत्ते चैष बालवत् ततो दिक्कालकलनाः तदाधारतया स्थिताः उद्यन्त्यनुदिता एव वायोः स्पन्दक्रिया इव वृद्धिमित्थमयं यातो बुधैव भुवनभ्रमः स्वप्नाङ्गनासङ्गसमः स्तनुभूतोऽप्यसन्मयः यत्रैव म्रियते जन्तुः पश्यत्याशु तदेव सः तत्रैव भुवना भोगम् इमम् इत्थम् इव स्थितम् व्योमैवानुभवत्यच्छ महं व्योमैवानुभवत्यच्छम् अहं जगदिति भ्रमं व्योमरूपं व्योमरूपी जीवो जात इवात्मवान् सुरपत्तनशैलार्क तारानिकरसुन्दरं जरामरणवैक्लव्य व्याधिसङ्कटकोटरं स्वभावाभावसम्रम्भ स्थूलसूक्ष्मचराचरं साध्यद्रुर्वीनदीशाहो रात्रिकल्पक्षणक्षयम् अहं जातो मुना पित्रा किलात्रेत्याप्तनिश्चयम् इयं माता धनमिदं ममेत्युदितवासनं सुकृतं दुष्कृतं चेदं ममेति कृतकल्पनं बालो भुवमहं त्वद्य युवेति विलसद्धृति प्रत्येकमेव मुदितः संसारवनखण्डकः ताराकुसुमितो नील मेघचञ्चलपल्लवः चरन्नमृगानीकः सुरासुरविहङ्गमः आलोककौसुमरजाः श्यामागहनकुञ्जगः अब्धिपुष्करणीपूर्णो मेर्वाद्यचललोष्टकः चित्तपुष्करबीजान्तर्निलीनानुभवाङ्कुरः यत्रैशं म्रियते जीवः तत्रैवं पश्यति क्षणात् प्रत्येकमुदितेष्वेवं जगत्खण्डेषु भूरिशः कोटयो ब्रह्मरुद्रेन्द्र मरुद्विष्णुविवस्वतां गिर्यब्धिमण्डलद्वीप लोकान्तरदृशाङ्गताः याता यास्यन्ति यान्त्येता दृष्टयो नष्टरूपिणीः या ब्रह्माढ्याः ते के गणयितुं क्षमाः एवं कुड्यमयं विश्वं नास्त्येव मननादृते मनने चलमेवान्तः तदिदानीं विचारय यदेव तच्चिदाकाशं तदेव मनसं स्मृतं यदेव च चिदाकाशं तदेव परमं पदं यदेवाम्बुतदाकाशं तदेव मनसं स्मृतं द्रष्ट्वैवास्ते दृश्यमिव दृश्यं न त्वस्ति वस्तुवत् चिद्व्योम्नो भूतनभसि कशनं यन्मणिरिव तज्जगद्भाविनाना तज्जगद्भाविनानासत् तत्त्वं शभ्रमिवाम्बरे मद्बुद्धार्थो जगत्शब्दो विद्यते परमामृतं तद्बुद्धार्थास्तु नास्त्येव त्वमहं शब्दकादपि तस्मात् लीला सरस्वत्यौ आकाशवपुषौ स्थिते सर्वगे परमात्मा छे सर्वत्राप्रतिघे नघे यत्र यत्र सदा व्योम्नि यथा कामं यथेप्सितम् उदयं कुरुतस्तेन तद्गेहेऽस्ति गतिस्तयोः सर्वत्र सम्भवति चिद्गगनं तदत्र सद्वेदनं खलु समामननं विसारि तच्छातिवाहिकमिहाह तच्छातिवाहिकं मीहाहुरकुड्यमेव तच्छातिवाहिकमीहाहुरकुड्यमेव देहं कथं कैव तं वद किं रुणद्धि इत्यार्षे वासिष्ठमहारामायणे वाल्मीकिये उत्पत्तिप्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने समरसमनन्तरसंस्मृत्यनुभव वर्णनं नाम चत्वारिंशः सर्गः. This sarga has so beautifully so many of the subtle knowledges, secrets revealed. Good sarga, 63, 64 mantras. Let us take whatever time it needs or give whatever time it needs. 64 slok and try how much ever we are able to understand. Be relaxed in that cool atmosphere only. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Shri Rama Sharanam Mama. Shri Ramayana Sharanam Mama. Shri Vaashishtha Sharanam Mama. Shri Vishwamitra Sharanam Mama. Shri Valmiki Sharanam Mama. Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama. Shri Narada Sharanam Mama. Shri Saraswati Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Rama, Sharanam Mama, Shri Rama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. ओम अथ श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने समर समनंतर संस्मृति अनुभव वर्णनं नाम चत्वारिंशः सर्गः। श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच वशिष्ठ जी is continuing to tell Rama and all those who are assembled in that Sabha Prangana, people from the Akasha, different lokas, and Ayodhya Vasins, including Dasharatadi, Bharata Shatrughna, Lakshmanadi, all of them are listening. Narayana, even Vyasa Bhagwan is there of that time, Naradadi also are there. In that Sabha, Rama Vasishtha Samvada, Vasishtha ji is communicating deep sublime Jnanam, Tattva Jnana. Tattva Jnana means, ध्यान से सुनो, the jnanam about tattva. Second is tattvataha. Everything is tattva only, that jnana. Knowledge about reality, and everything is reality only, that knowledge. There is nothing other than reality. That is called tattva jnana. That is what we often say in different language, that everything is Brahman, transcendental, immanent. All parts are nothing but mud, immanent. Mud alone is transcendental as the mud, immanent as all the parts. As we become deeper in our understanding, apprehension, acceptance of reality, the value given to the immanent Rupanama gets reduced. That's called as moksha. फर्क नहीं पड़ता मुझे किस रूप में भी हो, मुझे पता है अभी वो परमात्मा ही है. And that Paramatma I am. And that Paramatma is birth, change, etc. without them. It is infinite. On that, some Rupanama in some corner called as universe. If it is Kalpita or Vikalpita, it doesn't make any difference. He doesn't even struggle to solve the problems of world, because for him the problem called as world itself is disappeared. I don't see the world. I see only Brahman, and that I am. You are saying the Rupanama part, and you are worried about the using the pot, saving the pot, and fear about the breakage of the pot. For me, everything is mud. This is how a Vedanti, having deeply understood, accepted the Adhisthana Brahma, consequentially, obviously, effortlessly, dissolves the problem called as world, doesn't solve the problems in the world. That is called as Tattva Jnana. In this chapter, in the around 50th sloka onwards, in 7 or 8 slokas, all this is so elaborately, sweetly mentioned by Vaashishtha ji. Let us see with Shraddha how much we can listen and understand. Let us start Shri Vaashishtha Uvacha. In continuation of earlier Sargas, first 2-3 mantras. The Bhayankara Yuddha happened. Each of them killed each other. So many died. By night, they are tired, exhausted. They said, let us stop the war. Everybody agreed. They went back into dens, their own place. Then in the Ranaranga, the dead, the half dead, the living, Sainyas, the animals, all that horrible, terrible Varnana done for one Sarga, the 38th. In the last 39th, Nisha Chara Raat में how these Bhayankara Bhuta Preta Pishachas were doing their party, let us say, that was Varnita. That is being concluded here. Then the topic of Leela Saraswati entering to Raja Gruha, Rama's Prashna, then Bhagavan giving very beautiful, sublime, Sukshma Anubhava Jnana, his own Anubhava Jnana. And what is it? Everything is Adhisthana Brahman, which you and I are through all our Upanishads in this text pumped into us to begin with. First, that such thing is not there, I don't agree, I don't believe at all. These shackles, chains, divar have to be broken. When they are broken, then we accept the presence of that substratum beyond all superimposed. Then comes the jignasa to realize that Brahman. Then Guru ke paas we go. Then we ask Guru. Guru studies our personality. He knows where do we stand. And to lead us to that reality, he guides us these outer and inner sadhanas. When we follow that sadhana, our jignasa to realize Brahman is fulfilled, called as moksha. En route only, I am jiva, I am deha, I have the samskaras, vasanas, desires, I cannot live without the world, I like this, I dislike that. All these things gets cleared. All this malinata, impurity, ignorance, delusion, confusion, all that is gone. Isn't it? As you are climbing toward the Lord who is on the mountain peak, you are already going away from the ground level, waters or dust or smoke or pollution और ट्रैफिक जैम्स कैसे आप क्लियर करते जाते हो पहाड़ चढ़ते चढ़ते your our mere walking up to the hill top is itself consequently leads to our going away from these problems. Same way, our reaching to the peak of that Sat Brahma Chit Brahma obviously takes us away from the realms of samsara, from the levels of bondage. Because we are nearing toward the reality, we are away from the unreal. Thereafter, as we just now said, same thing saying in another language, there are no problems in the world to be solved because the problem called world itself is dissolved. Do you solve any of the problem of the dream when we wake up? देखो, we don't even solve. Why? Because that itself is an illusion. In dream, we were solving one problem, other was coming. That we were solving, third was coming. बेटी का शादी किया, बेटी का करना था, बेटी का कर दिया, फिर बेटे का नौकरी नहीं था, नौकरी लगवाया, फिर पैसे काफी नहीं है. See that? Then the wife got deceased, or parents got deceased. See the problems when you are in dream. Wake up, think about it, think about it very coolly. That there is stage of awakening to the reality where there are no needs of any solutions for any problems because they get dissolved. That's how permanently in one go all problems get dissolved in the realization of self, just like all problems get dissolved one go of the dream when we wake up. Wake up to the reality. That is a clarion call. Okay, now what was happening was the latest Sarga, the Bhuta Preta in the night time. They were having the party. वही कह रहे हैं यहाँ Sri Vasishtha Uvacha Evam. In this way, Nishachara Achara Chira Ghore Ranangane. Chira for long time in the Ghora Ranangana, in the terrible Yuddha Kshetra Yuddha Bhumi, Nishachara Achara. The Nishacharas are doing their own things, what they do. The Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha, Shakini, Dhakini, all of them. Morning also we saw in our Dushta Nashana Suktam, we pray to Agni and other devatas to take away all of them. So, in this way, Evam Nishasarachara Chiraghore Ranangane. And at Ratri ke time, in the Ranabhumi, the Acharana what the Nishacharas were doing, she says, Ahamni Ahamni Iva Janachare Stite Yamanare Hite. Means in the daytime, as all we human beings do, the Achara Vyavahara with each other, night time these Pishacharis were doing, Pishachas. And nowadays, we don't give chance to Pishachas, because night also we do the same what we do in the daytime. Of the same samsara, of one's own identity, individuality, separation from others, and with the upadhi, the adhatmya, some or the other objects, etc., start running behind them. En route, quarrel with others, fighting with others, love with others, attachment to others. What do we do throughout the day? Night, the Pishachis do. Same, they are doing it. Evam nishacharachare chiraghore ranangane ahanniva janachare stite ahamni iva. Ahamni means daytime. Ahamniva jana achare, like all the janas do in the daytime. Stite yama nare hite. In that stite yama nare nara ihite. As we do in the daytime, they are doing. What are they doing? Hastaharya tamah pinda. Hastaharya tamah pinda. Whatever the eatables which they can hold in the hand, they are pulling from here and there, from the dead bodies, from all of that. Kudye nisha, sputa kudye nisha gruhe. The terrible darkness itself is the house for them, staying in which they were taking the lump and morsels of food, whatever they could grab. For us, the bhojan from the refrigerator or cooked by the husband, we eat. For them, this dead body of elephant or the horse or खच्चर or human being, जो भी पड़ा है उनको वो भोजन है. So, लाभोच्चदोच्चलचते भूतसंघे प्रगल्गति. So, labha, uchchada, uchchalachate. Means what? Whatever they are trying and they are getting, and they are enjoying, declaring, I got it. Or when they didn't get, they are feeling bad. Or when they didn't get, asking the other to give. And the others, some are sharing, some are not sharing. Some are without being asked also giving to the others. The food, etc. This is what happens in the daytime. That I become successful and enjoy, shout loud. Or I become failure or lose something. Then I ask somebody help me, and he helps me or he doesn't help. Sometimes without my asking, the others help me. चल रहा है ना दिन में मनुष्यों का with regard to objects and all. These pishachas are doing same. What it means? What is indirectly indicated by Vaashishtha? Only we leave our sharira and become pishacha only to continue what we were doing as we were in the body. हमारा चित्त हमारे वासना अंतकरण जैसा है वैसा ही है ना. When we have not changed it, why will it change? It will continue. So, as the daytime Manushas are doing, so nighttime Peshachas are doing. The purpose of Vashishtha saying this is, having left the body, somebody asks na, स्वामी क्या होगा बने बाद. Exactly जो हो रहा है वही होता है. Was change of the sharira, that's all. Some permutation combination of the other earlier Sanchita karma also come added, get added. That's it. जो करना है, जो उसमें से आता है. Like when you are an officer or anybody, when you go on tour, what will you do? One, what you are doing at home or in your own hometown, same you do of getting morning, taking bath, eating food, sleeping. ये तो लगातार चलते रहते. हाँ, in that place, for whatever the job you have gone, that naukri, that job, that business you do. Same way, whatever is my nature now, I continue doing that. Some more sanchita karma are added. That's all. है ना? Like in the human body, नॉन वेज खा खा के इतना आदत हो गया. अब पिशाच बन के बाद कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है, तो ओनली ईटिंग द फ्लैश एंड ऑल दैट. Only one addition is of the human also they eat food. As a human being, little out of decency, they have not started. Who knows when the food will be lacking? Everybody may become even cannibals, what you call. They are there. अब जो पशु को खा रहा है मांस, और कितना टाइम लगेगा उसको अपने मन को बनाने के लिए कि मनुष्यों को भी मार के खाए. I'm just telling you what's the mind. Terrible it is. Purpose is not that, just little bit Vaashishtha ji. Even this Pishacha Leela also he wants to conclude. He told, then he'll have to conclude it also. Then Labhochadochalachate Bhuta Sanghe Pravalgati. They are shouting, talking, enjoying. मुझे मिला, मुझे मिला. अच्छा, वेरी गुड, कंग्रेट्स. मुझे तो नहीं मिला. तुझे नहीं मिला क्या? चलो मेरे हाथ से ले लो. This type of pravalgati. Valganam means talking. Then Nishabde Dvanta Sanchare. Absolutely, it was calm and quiet. Okay. Then Bhuta Sange Pravalgati includes they were singing, dancing, shouting, everything they were doing. Then Nishabde, absolutely calm, quiet from the human standpoint. Dhvanta Sanchare, terrible darkness was there. Then Nidra Arudha Kakub Gane, all the beings are absolutely deeply gone into the sleep. The human beings की बात हो रही है. At that time, लीलापति ही. अभी तक इनका टॉपिक आया ही नहीं. फर्स्ट टाइम आ रहा है. Leela and Saraswati also only are going in search of him, no? First time also Leela went where he did not recognize. Thereafter, lot of things Saraswati Mata and she has done. They have gone to so many Brahmandas and all. Again, Leela asked, I want to see my husband. Then both of them, Chat say, from that Brahmana Gruha Akasha, they entered into crossing the sufficient Brahmandas to the one Brahmanda. In that Brahmanda, Bhuloka, in that Bhuloka, Bharatavarsha, where the Leelapati is there. That's what the story. And having gone there, in the Nagara where he was Raja, in the Akasha, they have seen so many of the beings staying there. क्यों आए देखा तो at that time the लीलापति विदुरथ and Raja Sindhu and all the his people, whatever the rajas were there was a jang ladai. That was a ladai described so far. So the topic completely what's going on, once in a while, जितना हो सके remember करो. So there, here, Yuddha Varnana done, Ratri Varnana is done. Now about this Raja. Leela Patihi, Udaratma. Udaratma, he is one who is little bit intelligent. Kinchit Khinnamana Iva, he is little bit dukhi. Basically because the Yuddha happened. Also in that Yuddha, so many people died. Even he has got victory if at all. Still, in that victory also there is pain because so many people died. So much of destruction happened. Like in the Gulf War, whoever wins, the winner also is in a loss because so much of destruction happened. Disruption happened. again to reset everything, it takes lot of effort, spend time. So he was khinna manaha. He was in the kheda. Look out के लिए खेद है in his mana. Then प्रातः कार्यम विचार्य आशु मंत्रभिर मंत्र कोविदाहि. Then he called the mantra kovidas, the best of the mantris. He had a long discussion sufficient. Pratah karyam vicharya about what to do next day. Whatever, if the war restarts, how to make strategy to counter, to attack them. If the war really concluded not only today, then in what way again we have to recoup ourselves. In this way, pratah karyam vicharya ashu mantrabir mantra kovidaihi. With all the mantris. Dirgha Chandra Samakare in the beautiful Dirgha Chandra Samana Shayane. So his bed was a round bed. We know only according to our own rooms these square or rectangular beds. Some movies somewhere they show the palang Chandrakar mein hai. So his cot was Dirgha Chandrakar. Then Dirgha Chandra Samakare Shayane Himashitale. So cold that room for him. Maybe AC लगाया उन्होंने. Himashitala. Cool like the Himalaya. Chandra Udara Nibhe Charu Gruhe. And the whole house also is like Chandrodara. White painted, white curtained, and all that cooling one. Shishira Kotare. In that Kotara, the cave of Shishirata means in his room, plus particularly more coolness is being created by whatever reasons. In that Nidram Muhurtam Agamat Mudita Ikshana Pushkaraha, the one who has got that lotus like eyes, closing his eyes, he had that Muhurta Kala Nidra. तो मंत्रियों से समावेश करके in his very comfortable room and bed he slept. Now you see, this is said in Treta Yuga, Rama Vaashishtha Samvada, about what happened much before in that Leelopakhyanam, and that too about some other Brahmanda Antargata, Bhuloka Antargata Raja. No, it is not the same thing even in today's world that the leaders of the country, whether it is American president or Israel Prime Minister, President or Prime Minister or the Iranian whoever, before sleep, they also sit, discuss, make strategy, what to do tomorrow and all. They also go to sleep for some time. In that, who is dead, who is alive, still rumors are going on. After a few days, it will be revealed. Suddenly, it won't be revealed. But they discuss. India also, when I had to do the operations Sindhur, etc., we had to also the 10, 15, 22 minutes action. For that 11 days they planned, or 12 days or 16 days. And they did it. Then they just observed keenly. All of them in such an alert mode that time. The Prime Minister, the President, the Defense Minister, all Army, Air Force, Naval Chiefs, every one of them. What's the retaliation response of that Pakistan? And how many drones they have sent? And see the Akash our missiles and other things, how they have blocked, and we the Indians do not even had an idea of in one drone falling in our country. We don't even imagine. We are so sleepy as if to the work that's done by our army that time. Hundreds and thousands they have sent retaliation. They were all blocked only. पता ही नहीं हमको क्या है बढ़िया सा. Really salutations to our India army. सबको कि बचा रहे हमको. Even now the strategies, the diplomacies that's going on, keeping in mind the future. I tell you little out of this Ramayana topic that when we are a backward country, some people come and attack us. Other than that, no problem. But as we want to move ahead and grow, Small countries will love us, we help them, but the big countries who are already in that vetoes or big provision, they dislike us. By nature, they don't want India to become superpower. And managing, maintaining the relation with them. See, with China, India's glory. One side in the border, such a terrible dispute that any time war can happen. And yet, India, China have such a big trade happening. So too with America. We always recently because this new fellow stupid doing nonsense. But still so much trade going on. As you see, we have to support Iran, we have to take help from the Iran, we have to support Israel too. See, when our PM went there a day before war started, how emotionally he spoke, that president, whatever his name, Israel wala, about our PM. No, ये सारा क्या हो रहा है? ईश्वर लीला is happening through few selected qualified individuals that the Bharata Mata is really going back to its own pristine glory. In the political field, if the politicians are doing like this in the central government, bringing the name and fame of the nation ahead, what about the other fields? In the hundred other fields, the genius Indians, the doctors, the lawyers, the scientists spread all over the world, they are doing such wonderful job that that also has to be recognized. Anywhere in the IT world, wherever any problem comes nowadays, you know that they look to Pune, they look to Bangalore, they look to somebody in Hyderabad for solutions. The big heads, all of them are Indians only, no? If you go to NASA, 32.5% scientists are Indians only. And within India, the ISROs and all, what an amount of work it's happening. Even those who are doing, they don't know that in a mass scale it's happening. That's how the Ishwarila is said. I'm not mentioning you the fields, the medical field, the technological field, the AI field, the green revolution field, the newer energies production fields. In how many fields India is working? And we, some of the sadhus and sannyasi, doing our work of trying to put a check to the Bhautikavada through the teaching of Nivritti Marga. We are doing our work to balance the outer growth, the outer uncontrollable growth, uncontrolling growth. We are doing this work. There are who teaching bhakti, who are teaching yoga, who are teaching sadhanantara. It's a mammoth thing going on in India, which is so useful for the world. It's only out of ego and prejudice that others don't accept. Otherwise, it's already known the Bharat Mata is guiding the world. Within the country also, it is some stupid, arrogant, ignorant people, wherever they are seated. They don't want to recognize, or some of the people do not want to publicize it. But in a mass scale, the work is going on just to prove that whenever in the world the crisis happens, it is India who stands to support them in all fields. The amount of human resources India is sending to the whole world, all classes. Remember that the top brand politicians in the world, the top brand other fields, including laborers. Anywhere you go in the world, our Bharatiya are working there. मस्त है ये सुनकर ही दिल खुश होता. Anyway, all this topic extended as I told you in the beginning, that I'll go out of topic and say said that this Raja we discuss करके मंत्रियों से घोड़े बेचकर for some time he went for sleep. निद्रा मुहूर्तम अगमत मुदिता एक क्षण पुष्करा. So Yuddha started, Yuddha happened, Yuddha concluded, night started, Nishacharas came, they went on doing their things. The camera focused on the Raja, Vidurata, Leelopakhyanam, He had his meeting and strategized for next day. He also went into sleep. See, the great Saint Vaashishtha how every topic he is initiating, he is explaining, he is concluding, he is moving ahead. This is what are the glory of our Shastras. If at all we have that comprehensible intellect and able to comprehend it, it's a mass of knowledge. Oh, unimaginable. Same is with the 1 lakh shlokas of Mahabharata. It is not randomly said stories. Same with all the Puranas, all the Itihasas, all the Bhagavatadi. याद है आप समझ में आ रहे ना all Ramayanas. It is that intellect of our great saints and sages. Wow, they have no intellect. It is divinity only expressed through them. It's not an individualized intellect. It is the Paramatma ka hi Ananta Devya Shakti expressing this way. Now continuation. Athate lalane vyoma tat परित्यज्य तद गृहम रंध्रैर विविशतुर्वात लेखेब्ज मुकुलम यथा अथ again Vedanta Jnana coming up, therefore Mangalavachakam, Te Lalane, both of those women, Leela and Saraswati, Vyoma Tat Parityajya, that Akasha, from where they were seeing the Yuddha, having left that one, Tat Gruham, the Gruha in which this Raja was sleeping, that Gruham Randrair Vivishatur, from the small holes of some window or whatever the door they entered. Vata Lekhe Abjamukulam Yata, like the wind enters into the pipe of the lotus stem. ऐसा लोटस के नाड़ में जो हल्का सा जगह होता है उसमें हवा जैसे जाता है इन दिस वे थ्रू सम रंध्र दे एंटर्ड इनटू दैट ग्रह नो राम जी either forgotten or for our sake he has asked how did they enter through that he asked already they are there in the ativahika deha and he might have thinking ki they might have taken the sthula sharir rupa and gone. So in that way Rama's prashna. Sri Rama uvacha kiyanmatramidam sthulam shariram vagvidambara. And sthula sharir is such a big one. Oh, best among the teachers, speakers, great Guru Vaashishtha ji, being's body is big. Randhrena tantu tanuna, like the Katamasha Avishat Prabhu, like into that lotus stem the wind entered. In that way, through the small randhra, how did they enter? Because the body to 4-5 foot ka to hoga. How did they enter? So what is his mind? Maybe is yes, they got ativahika deha that has no sthulata. It is sukshma, but it has got the size. Therefore, how come that size entered the hole? So the sthulaness he understood gone, it is sukshma. But the sukshma, but it is having size. So if the big door, if they have entered, it is said, it is agreed. Because door may say big size body can go. When Vasishtha said through Randhra they entered, how did they? So the idea is, what the आतिवाहिक देह में बड़ा छोटा भी वो मात्रा नहीं रहता. That measurement. That's what one day we saw. That when a jiva dies, according to his prarabdha, he may enter into an ant's body with all his jiva bhava identified, who was a human being. Or he can enter an elephant's body, which is 20-30 times bigger than human. That jiva has no size, remember. It's a concept, na? It will be sorted out by the time we finish the Yoga Vasma Ramayana. In this way, slowly, steadily, even if it takes 5 more years, definitely maturity will come to understand all this. So the Rama's question is, the bodies are so big in size, how did they enter into? Through the Randhra, the house of that Raja. Sri Vaashishtha Uvach. Now from here, the Vaashishtha ji talks about the Chidakasha Deha, Ativahika Deha, Stula Deha, which is real, which is Kalpita, all is in our own Chitta, in our own conviction, in our own acceptance that the Stulata is there by our own willingness through some of the Viveka Prakriyas, Antakara Shuddhi Sadhanas, Yoga Margas, one can dissolve the Stula Sharira, can identify with the Ativahika. Wherever the Paramatma is there, there itself is Chidakash. Wherever Chidakasha is there, there is Chittakash. Wherever the Chittakash is there, there alone is Bhutakash. Wherever Bhutakasha is there alone the Panchamaha Bhuta made Sharira. It's only in the understanding that whatever understanding we have and acceptance we have, we are experiencing. Now our notion is so strong about the Stulata. That's why we are experiencing Stula Sharirata. But there are some sadhanas, prakriyas by which those notions can be broken and we can straight reach to the Ativahika or Chidakasha Deha. Here only. This very Sharira is Atman. Atman is not anywhere separate from it. Everywhere that alone is there. In that self only, out of ignorance, these are all projected and out of delusion accepted. अज्ञान प्रोजेक्ट करता है, मोह स्वीकार करता है. When we get the jnanam, then moha kruta svikruti goes away. Wherever I am seeing the sharira, there only I am seeing Paramatma. Like, that's what one example for you to make it clear. When you do upasana to the stones, that is Shiva or Vishnu, is not when the upasana becomes druda, from that same stone, if it is alagrama, Bhagavan Vishnu comes. If it is Shivalinga, Bhagavan Shiva comes. That's the meaning of Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. So is that stone real or is it Narayana or Vishnu real? Shiva. Shiva is real. Seen by us as stone. Now we have done the other upasana. That it is not stone, it is Vishnu. Then Vishnu will be revealed. And among all these various levels of presences, the ultimate truth is the Chidakasha, Brahman. On that only, you, yourself, me, mine, total Ishvara, with our own ignorances and his Maya, these are all projected. I have a song. I, with my money, made my own 2-bedroom flat. But that person has got some 1,000 crores. With that, he made a big colony of apartments only. In the same way, you and I, Jivas, with our avidya, Ishvara with his Maya. Remember again and again, projected Stula Sukshma. And the cause is Karana. Only projected. Otherwise, what is there is always Chidakasha. Sarvam hi etat brahma ayamatma brahma. So this answer Vaashishtha will give. Let us enjoyingly study tomorrow. Sarvam Ramadi Gurunam Devatanam Charanaravindaramanamastu Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Namaha Tatsat Brahmanamastu. Bol Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Dhanyavad. Good audience, good listening. Congrats.